pray. Let him stay. Let him stay. Hear us now as we pray. Let him stay. Let him stay. Catalino, Catalino, estamos contigo. Catalino, Catalino, estamos contigo.
Standing, we are continuously on a journey from slavery to freedom. Be with Catalino in this day, and be with all of us who stand with him, that justice may roll down like mercy. Pray, O God, that this day and in all the days to come, the hearts that have been hardened will open to recognize that we are all created in your image, that you, in creating us, invite us to be in relationship with one another.
Hear us now as we pray. Let him stay. Let him stay. Hear us now as we pray.
Let him stay. Let him stay.
I thank my brothers and sisters, leaders of the mosques, synagogues, and churches of this community for being here. I thank the media for the time you're giving us, because what you're doing is you're putting a face on what is treated as statistics or as demons. You can see what Catalino looks like, how he lives. We're now going to asking that the officials who will determine his fate will not only see his face, but see ours as well. Entonces, agradezco al senador y a los líderes de las comunidades islámicas, judías, cristianas de esta comunidad. Agradezco también a ustedes de la media por dar una cara a una estadística. Catalino no es estadística. Catalino es un hombre, es un abuelo, es un creyente, es un esposo. Y el peligro es reducir los seres humanos a números o hasta peor a demonios. Vamos a acompañarle ahora a la muerte de este ejercicio general, con la esperanza que los que van a decidir su destino ven no solo su cara, para la nuestra también. Muchísimas gracias.
Hear us now as we pray.
Let him stay. Let him stay.
Hear us now as we pray.
Let him stay. Let him stay.
Hear us now as we pray.
Let him stay. Let him stay.
Hear us now as we pray.
Let him stay. Let him stay.
Hear us now as we pray.
Let him stay. Let him stay.
Hear us now as we pray.
Let him stay. Let him stay.
Hear us now as we pray.
Let him stay. Let him stay.
We are gathered here on the steps of the federal courthouse this morning. People of many faiths across this entire state to support one of our neighbors. We are called by our faith to love our neighbors, and the immigration policies that we are currently living under are unjust, and we are standing to fight against them. We are standing to fight in support of Catalino Guerrero and the thousands, if not millions, of other people who are facing similar injustice by gathered by Faith in New Jersey, a community organizing group, and our faith traditions that call us to stand up in the face of these injustices. Thank you for being here today, listening to us, and helping us continue this fight. This is the first step of what will be many other things, I'm sure, as we continue to work against these issues. Senator Menendez, thank you so much for being with us here today. Again.
Thanks to all our faith leaders for being here with Catalino, and beyond that, for being a powerful voice about what our system of justice as it relates to families and immigration should be about. It is not who we are witnessing today. I made my previous comments.
Senator, what gives you any hope that this is going to change anything, considering the current domination of Congress and the White House by the Republicans?
Well, I think that when we talk about people in numbers, when we show a human face like Catalino Guerrero, a loving grandfather, a law-abiding person who pays his taxes on his own, to raise a family, who changed the dynamics of both the public opinion and who changed the dynamics of what the president's policy is all about. So I look forward not only to Catalino going home, but even beyond that, having a ripple effect of understanding that what we need is a comprehensive immigration reform. And we need to do what we did a couple of years back when I was part of the Gang of Eight, and we passed with 75 votes in the United States Senate, which on any controversial issue is an exceptional number. 75 votes, Democrats and Republicans, to have comprehensive reform that ultimately secured our borders, but also maintained our tradition as a nation of immigrants, gave a pathway to earn residency and then later on citizenship to people who had committed no crimes and whose only crime is to aspire to achieve a better life for their families and many cases to avoid violence. So I believe that speaking to several of my Republican colleagues who I joined with in that effort and others, that the president's actions may very well precipitate some movement on immigration reform, and it's our hope to do that by dramatizing these cases as they come to show that these people are not that on the
Senador, but don't get the family.
I'm sorry, what's that? Yeah, absolutely.
He was summoned to it here. He had, unfortunately, he got bad advice from somebody who wasn't even a lawyer and filed for an asylum application, not realizing that he didn't technically ultimately have a legal right to asylum. The result of that is that he was exposed to the immigration system, and they ultimately issued an order of deportation after his asylum petition was denied. However, that order of deportation has been stayed under the previous administration of President Obama at several times because it is not a priority for deportation. If we want to spend our resources, we should be spending on those who are truly, truly hardened criminals, and which I support, deporting people who are hardened criminals. But not permitted these people like him. So as a result of that, he has had to check in every so often, which he has dutifully done. The last time he was told to come back with his passport, that normally is an indication that you are going to be deported. And so as he enters with his lawyers today, filed for a stay of deportation proceedings, which immigration has in its discretion the power to grant, and I urge them to do so, then he would have an opportunity to have that application reviewed. Hopefully it would be approved, and I understand that his lawyers are also separately filing for a U visa, which is someone who has been a victim of a crime, which he was in terms of an incident that took place when he was robbed in his home.
Necesitamos que nos diga eso en español en términos del caso que él está peleando y por qué es tan simbólico de todo lo que está pasando con la comunidad. Gracias.
La razón por qué el caso de Catalino es tan importante, primero porque es una persona que es padre y abuelo, que se ha portado completamente, honestamente por 25 años, que tiene su propia casa, actualmente paga impuestos. Ha sido ejemplar en su vida aquí por más de 25 años. Pero si Catalino puede ser deportado, pues entonces el mensaje que se manda es que no estamos hablando de hombres malos, de personas que son criminales. Estamos hablando de una deportación masiva. Y esa deportación masiva no es en el contexto de un valor que nuestros colegas republicanos hablan de tener valores familiares. No hay valores familiares si lo que estás haciendo es rompiendo familias. Entonces, yo creo que dramatizar el caso de Catalino es actualmente una oportunidad de darle una cara humana, no a los números o decir hombres malos, pero enseñar hombres buenos, hombres y mujeres buenos que actualmente. El caso de él está complicado porque él recibió una información equivocada de alguien que no era ni abogado. Aplicó para asilo político de lo cual no tenía el derecho de tener. Pero como aplicó, se presentó el sistema de migración y entonces determinaron que no tenía el derecho de asilo político y los hicieron sujeto a una orden de deportación. Ahora, bajo la previa administración del presidente Obama, esa orden de deportación no ha sido enforzado porque no es una prioridad. Las prioridades son criminales. Ahora, la última vez que él se presentó, se tiene que presentar anualmente. Cuando se presentó, actualmente le dijeron ven de nuevo y trae tu pasaporte. Normalmente eso indica de que lo van a deportar. Hoy él entra con sus abogados y están pidiendo una suspensión de esa deportación que el Departamento de Inmigración tiene la discreción legal de hacer. Hubo al Departamento de Inmigración que acepta su aplicación para detener esa deportación y después que le dé seguimiento a otras oportunidades que él tiene, ha sido víctima de un crimen, para que pueda conseguir una visa permanente, de residencia permanente. Pero el ejemplo de este caso es, vamos a dividir familias, es cierto que solamente vamos atrás de hombres malos o actualmente estamos en el empezar de una deportación. I don't know the exact numbers, and we'd be happy to check with our office. Our chief counsel, Alex Lugo, I think may very well have those numbers, but there are literally tens of thousands across the country who have final orders of deportation, not because they have committed any criminal act, but in fact because they have been adjudicated not to have under the present law any way to ultimately adjust their status, which is why it begs for comprehensive immigration reform so that we can focus on resources on people who are hardened criminals and should be deported versus people like Catalino who are law-abiding, contributing members of our society and loving grandfathers. That's the fundamental difference. And if Catalino can be deported, then what we have is not a system of prioritizing bad hombres and hardened criminals. We are ultimately on the verge of a mass deportation. That is not something that we can accept as indigenous families in the essence of our business. Well, our strategy going forward is to create such pressure that in fact there will be a reprioritization of what those deportation efforts should be. This is the problem when President Trump had a reordering, in essence, of priorities. Instead of hardened criminals, which is what President Obama's was, he made any alien who is ultimately in an undocumented fashion now a priority for deportation, which is why I have called that decision beginnings of mass deportation. Well, that's just about racking up numbers, not about racking up bad people. So our effort is to get the administration, in the first instance, reprioritize and make sure that we're only going after bad people. But secondly, it is to instigate in the Congress a return to what we did several years ago when the Gang of Eight, of which I was a member of, Republicans and Democrats, John McCain, Lindsey Graham, Chuck Schumer, myself, and others joined together to pass 75-0 comprehensive immigration reform. Now, I know that some of my Republican colleagues have had conversations with the President about thinking about that as a way forward instead of what he's doing. But we have a way to go. But today is the beginning, and you know, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a single step. Today is the first step. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Senator.